Alrighty, so from there, we're going to do this Bucky the Badger activity. And so we're going to watch a little video first to kind of intro this little problem that we're going to think about here. And this is from an actual, news show. This is Rachel Maddow. She has a, I think, MSNBC TV news show. Okay, so, and this is like a 1-minute video to start.
Since it turns out we like reporting on cheating in sports, here's today's Is It Cheating news. When the University of Wisconsin football team scores, the team and all its fans are very happy. The mascot for the team, Bucky the Badger, I'm sure is also happy. But that happiness is tempered because every time new points go up on the Wisconsin scoreboard, Bucky Badger, the mascot, has to do push-ups for every point that Wisconsin has put on the board. So Wisconsin scores a touchdown and an extra point, Bucky does 7 push-ups. Then they score a field goal, the Wisconsin score goes from 7 to 10, and Bucky does 10 push-ups. 10 more push-ups, I should say. If Wisconsin then scores another touchdown, an extra point, and their score goes to 17, Bucky then does 17 more push-ups, putting his total push-up tally by that point of the game up to 34. Here's the problem, which has given rise to the mystery. On Saturday, the Wisconsin football team scored 83 points. Wisconsin 83, Indiana 20. Wisconsin scored 83 points.
Okay, so there's some questions in your workbook about this. I want you to think if you can guess how many, oh, that's not being weird at all. All right, there we go, let's try that. Guess how many push-ups Bucky did on the game. And let me see, I'll put the score up on the board. Put that up. It was 83 to 20 is what the game was. I love this. My iPad is being a stinker. So it was Ohio 83. IU 20. So there's some questions in your book, there we go, that I want you to think about. You can talk with neighbors, you can talk with friends you got in here. See if you can come up with a guess for how many push-ups Bucky did. And a number that's definitely too low, and a number that's definitely too high. So we're kind of in this middle section right here. Definitely too low, definitely too high. That was the score of the game. What it is that every time the score changes up on the board, Bucky has to do that many push-ups. So, for example, when they scored their first touchdown and it went up to 7 points, he did 7 push-ups. This is the score. When the score went up by 3, to a total of 10, he did 10 more push-ups, giving him a total of 17 push-ups here. When the score went up again to 17, he did 17 more push-ups, which gives him a total of 34. So to get up to 83 points, how many push-ups did he? So you can figure it out. And talk to each other. That's fine. Work together. See if there's more things you need to know. this is a legitimate college football game thing. This was a real game. I don't remember what year, but it was the thing. Actually, no. I'll do it on the screen. Oh, I can't do that from over here. Oh, y'all get used to talking to each other eventually. So I want to know some of your estimates. I want to know some of your too low and some of your too highs. What do we have that you put as an estimate? How many push-ups do you think Bucky did? What is that? That's just an estimate. I'm not expecting you to be right. Can you shout it out? 49, even though they scored 83 points? Okay, so 49 push-ups. What other estimates we got? What is something that's definitely too low? 83. Because on the very last time when the scoreboard went up to 83, he did 83 push-ups that time. That's a good too low. What else we got? What's something that's definitely too high?
200.
You think 200 is too high? 2,000? Is there any more information that would make this easier to figure out? What do we want to know? I have lots of information. I just haven't given it to you yet. What's something that would help?
How many were field goals and
How many were field goals and how many were touchdowns? I have that information. Let's see. I believe it was 11 touchdowns and 2 field goals. Yes, 11 touchdowns and 2 field goals. And 2 field goals. Does that make you want to adjust something? Take a couple more minutes and think about it. Now you have that extra information. Does it matter the order? We do need to keep our cell phones away, y'all. We're doing stuff right now. Out of water. there any other information that would help with this? Okay. Would help to know like how often the points have changed. A couple things. How long it took him to get to 83 points and in what order the games changed. See if you can figure out how many push-ups Bucky was supposed to do in this game. They'll have to share and have to talk to each other. Oh snap, oh my gosh, what? I know. That's the worstest ever. I'm so very good at that. Oh my god. By the end of this semester, y'all are gonna be willing to talk to each other. Just like. We got anything we want to update here? We got any estimates? How many push-ups did Bucky do? Say it again, click in here. That's okay. This is a room, like, it is okay to be way off.
61?
61? If they did 83 push-ups on the very last round, is 61 going to be the total? Because the very last time that the scoreboard changed, he did 83 push-ups. He's done this many push-ups, for sure. Because every time he does that many push-ups for what's on the board. We've already got the first couple of them on the board over here, where it went from 7 to 10 to 17. The next time it changed, it changed to 24. So Bucky then did 24 more push-ups, putting him at a total of 58 push-ups right here. When the score changed again, it went to 31. So from here, he did 31 more push-ups, putting him in a total of 89 push-ups. So by the middle of the second quarter, he was already at 89 total push-ups. By halftime, when they scored again and they got 38 total points right there, he did 38 more push-ups with a total of, oh, doing this in my head. 97, 127? 127 push-ups by halftime. So look at the rest of it. Look at that second half. See if you can figure out how many more push-ups he does. What is the total number of push-ups? See if you can figure it out. So keep going. Do the whole thing. You guys can always grab scratch paper or dry erase markers or whatever you need to do. You can draw it in your book. Your book.
Is the score going up by 7?
When it's a touchdown, it goes up by 7. When it's a field goal, it goes up by 3. They always got the whatever points to make them 7 and 3. That's me. Go football. So touchdowns are always 7 points. Field goals are 3 points. And in this game, that was always true. I know there's sporting things that change those. Extra kicks and conversions and blah-blah-blah. I don't know those things. Because they weren't even halfway to their points here yet. They got up to 83 points. So we know for sure by half, he was at 127.
160.
All right, so we had 127 by halftime. Keep going. See if you can find it. Get all the way to the end of the game when they had 83 points. 471? We'll find out. We'll know the truth. 573. 576. Yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot of push-ups for one person in a very, very furry suit to do. Those are hot. The mascot suits. Okay? So the point of this is to start seeing some patterns and noticing how the 83 relates to our estimate. Something that was definitely too low. We know for sure that 83 is going to be too low because that's how many he did on the last time. Something like 2,000 is probably going to be too high because holy cow, we would die. Okay? So the point is not to be 100% got to get it right first time through. Rah. The point is to be able to look at it and say, all right, I can kind of narrow down my options here. This is definitely going to be above 100. And it's probably going to be below 2,000. It helps narrow down our options. This first chapter is going to be all about patterns and pattern recognition and working with some algebraic expressions. We're going to be doing some simplifying and working things like that. Because you could try and write this as an equation. We could think about the fact that it was 11 touchdowns and 2 field goals. And we know how much those are worth points-wise. We'd get up to 83, but I don't know if it would matter if that would tell us exactly how many push-ups he did. So there's a matter of looking at some of these things in more detail and trying to figure out what's going on. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go see the next video clip. And see what happened. Oh, come on. There we go. Leopard. No, not that. I need it.
With Bucky having to do push-ups equal to the number of points on the Wisconsin scoreboard every time there was a new score, that turns out to be a total of 573 push-ups in a big plushy suit with a giant fur head on. Here's the mystery. After Wisconsin scored its 76th point, here's what happened. Bucky Badger left the stadium after having done only 414 push-ups. 6 minutes later, Bucky, or someone wearing the same Bucky suit, came back and finished all the push-ups expected of him or her, all 573 of them, by the time the Badgers were done running up the score against poor Indiana. Was it the same Bucky? Whoever came out in the Bucky suit the second time seemed remarkably refreshed and push-up capable, unlike the Bucky Badger that left just a few minutes before. Is one college mascot depictor capable of doing 573 crowd-pleasing push-ups while wearing a big plushy Badger suit and a giant fur head? So far, the University of Wisconsin Athletics Department is not talking, at least to us. For us, Bucky the Badger gate is still unresolved. Next week, the Badgers play Michigan. We're not planning on DNA testing the mascot for that occasion, but we will be watching.
That was a real TV news channel that did that story. She is currently still on TV news. So these kinds of things show up all the time. So I want you to think about those last couple of questions on there. Would it matter? Would it make a difference if your team scored their field goals at the beginning of the game versus at the end of the game? So even if it was 11 touchdowns and 2 field goals, how much difference would it make in the number of push-ups if those field goals happened at the beginning versus at the end? Think about it, okay? Take like 2 minutes to think if you think it would matter. Which one do you prefer? What would change if they did both field goals right at the beginning or if they did both field goals right at the end? Even if it was just 2 field goals and maybe even just 5 touchdowns, would it make a difference? So if I did 3 points at the beginning, and then another 3 points, and then versus 7, 3. What if we scored like that? How much difference would it make in the push-ups? So here is our change. Here's our score. And here's our total. So here our score would be 3 and we'd do 3 push-ups. Here our score would be 6 and we'd wind up with a total of 9 push-ups. Here our score would be 13 and we'd wind up with 24. Is that right? That's not right, is it? 6 plus 7?
No.
Okay, so that one's right. 9 plus 22. There we go. I'm good at math, and y'all. Grab a calculator to fact check me. 20 for a total of 42 push-ups. 27 is our score for a total of 69 push-ups. But if we started with the touchdowns, 7 push-ups total. Our score is now 14 for a total of 21 push-ups. A total of 21, now we're up to 42 push-ups here. Score of 24. And so we're doing 24 more push-ups. We're at 66 here. And we have our score of 27. And we have 93. So they still have the same score. It's still a score of 27. But by having the field goals at the beginning, significantly fewer push-ups. Significantly. So if they had all their field goals at the beginning versus the touchdowns, it makes a big difference. Because you're redoing those points, all these previous points, you have to redo here because he has to do 24 push-ups based on what's on the screen. Here he has to do 27, so he's doing all these points again to get these totals. Okay, so these kinds of weirdo situations pop up every now and then. Especially if you need to know if you'd rather have something happening at the beginning or happening at the end. like interest in a bank account, whether we like that at the beginning or at the end, what happens like that, okay? So, there we go. So if you have not yet done this, there is a campus assignment called What Makes You Happy. I think I've had 9 of them turned in. So it's on Canvas. It is a homework assignment. It is for points. Do it. It's so that you know how to work the mechanisms in Canvas. The Unit 1 chapter test is going to be August 25th. That's when we get our first chapter test. Okay? That is all for today. You guys have about 10 minutes. So if you have not yet done the Canvas homework, go do it now. Then it's not homework. It's classwork. Okay? So if you have not done the Canvas assignment, go do it. You've got time. Yes, ma'am.
So how do you upload your picture?
There should be a way to file upload in the Canvas assignment. Let me